Biruni is a very fascinating personality in world history. Both of them, Al-Biruni as well as Ibn Battuta. All the children should read their life and work and adventures. Why they went out of their countries. All of them were passionate about knowledge. And they pursued knowledge. They went to every possible remote area to get knowledge. And that is what built the Islamic civilization. I am not talking about wars, I am not talking about blood, I am not talking about violence, I am not talking about empires. I am only talking about civilization which was created by the beneficent Muslim deeds. And that is what has brought India today to today's level of understanding. We are not just one particular religious culture. We are a mosaic of hundreds and thousands of strands. When the children start reading about this heritage, there are hundreds of books I saw here which will inspire them and open their eyes where they belong, what is the purpose of being an Indian, and what is going to be their role as citizen of Goa, citizen of India, and citizen of the world. There is absolutely no issue when a child picks up a book and starts reading and tries to link the past with the present and the present with the future. Because books give you vision of the future. When Sheikh Ali chose knowledge is divine as the motto or the statement official of Goa University, I could not understand why he is stressing on divinity of knowledge. Today, when I look back at those moments in 1985, I understand that it is the concept of divinity because we haven't created anything. We are simply the instruments of the will of God. And if we are instruments of the will of God, then एक बच्चे ने पूछना चाहिए, एक स्टूडेंट ने पूछना चाहिए, एक यूथ ने पूछना चाहिए, what is the purpose of my life? And I have got only one human life, and what I am going to do with that life. And it is not easy to decide the purpose of the life and the destination of the life and the goal of the life. It is not easy. It is just not easy daydreaming about it. It is a challenge as well as an opportunity. You come to know it is a challenge as well as an opportunity when you look at the biggest and the most complex and the most mysterious book that we will never be able to read. And all the books which human hands, human minds, human pains, human creative impulses have created since the beginning of civilization, 10,000 years back, beginning of agriculture, beginning of states, beginning of dynasties, beginning of technology, science, all the books, whether written in hand, on palm scripts, any medium, on clay tablets, cuneiform, in Middle East, anywhere, any inscription, any way the humans have committed knowledge to any form, all this knowledge has come from the biggest and most mysterious book which is impossible to read, and as we try to read that book, we get more and more inspiration to read it, and that is the universe. We on earth call it nature, but here appropriately the organizers have given a beautiful cosmic title because there is a spiritual aspect behind it also. Because I am sure that when they gave the title here, Tare Zameen Par, they were not talking about actual stars which in astronomy we talk about. They are trying to show that there are also similar bright, beautiful minds here like stars in this vast universe. And they are our children. By calling children stars, we are connecting cosmic spirituality to the children, human blood, human flesh. And we want them to experience this vision of a single world with single goal, and that goal is to take knowledge, create new knowledge, innovate, and build a culture of peace. That is very important, because I ultimately believe that it is only the seeking of peace, Shanti, that is going to take this humanity somewhere. Not bloodshed, not crimes, not violence. And from where we get this inspiration to have inner peace and peace for everyone? By reading, thinking, meditation, discussion, dialogue, debates, not arguments. So, Tare Zameen Par today is for me, who looks into the past, is unconcerned about the present, and has a vision of the future, educational, intellectual, social, cultural, scientific, technological, environmental. I have to think 100 years in future, and I also have to look into the past, and I have to try to link past and future at present before you. In this area somewhere was one of the first masjid, mosque, which was built by rulers of Goa called Kadambas. They founded a dynasty here. If our children read the history of Islam in Goa and Muslims in Goa, and how they have strived to create whatever that is beautiful in Goa, either it is in art, in crafts, in food, many other areas, they will see that Kadambas had prime ministers, there were Arab traders, there were ships which used to come very close to this place. They were given powers to charge taxes on the ship and to maintain the mosque and also their educational institution, and this all happened in 10th century, 11th century. And we look back into the past, we will also see how much is the contribution of Islam to Goa and entire Western India and Western states, whole Konkan. We have the evidence. We only waste our time on discussing wars and violence. This is not the way to educate the children. The right way is to open their eyes to whatever that is creative, whatever that is concrete, and whatever that is carried forward. We fail to tell our children, and they should read about it, that frankincense in Goa, which Hindus used, came from Dhofar province in Oman. Now today it is part of Sultanate of Oman. Horses from Persia and Arabia used to be imported in thousands, and there are hundreds of families in Bicholim, Sattari and Bardes, Muslim families whose forefathers were traders and also in service of these thousands and thousands of horses which they supplied in Deccan markets. I can go on, but I am really unhappy to see the growing inferiority complex among the Muslim population everywhere. I can feel that and I can sense it. What is it that makes Muslims think that they are inferior? Is it the so-called, much touted by the media, educational backwardness, economic backwardness, social backwardness? What is it? And what is the solution? I believe the solution is an enlightened community. And here is, today you see the platform of the beginning of that enlightenment. Why I call it? Because it is your destiny. It is your destiny. Huge efforts, as we have seen in PowerPoint presentation, by volunteers of this institution called Board of Islamic Education. are there. We have witnessed them, house to house campaigning, corner meetings. They shouldn't be wasted. उनका ये सब एफर्ट्स है वो खराब नहीं होनी चाहिए. हम छोटे थे तब एक सुंदर गाना हम सुनते थे जो आज भी मुझे याद है. शायद वो तीसरी कसम इस फिल्म में से होगा. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है. न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहीं पैदल ही जाना है. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है. और उसके बाद एक मैसेज था. लड़कपन खेलने खोया, लड़कपन खेलने खोया, जवानी नींद भर सोया, बुढ़ापा देख कर रोया, बुढ़ापा देख कर रोया, वही किस्सा पुराना है. What is the message behind it? In Sanskrit there is a saying, I have studied Sanskrit, I will learn Arabic sometime. That is a beautiful language and that's really a dream. What I believe is, wisdom is not a monopoly of any nation, community, religion, anyone. यौवनम धन संपत्ति प्रभुत्वम अविवेकिता एक एक मय पच अनर्थाय किमयत्र चतुष्टम. Meaning, a youth may have everything: youth, energy, arrogance, but if that is wasted, what is the use? You have to channelize it. So I believe here today you have made history, because in the entire 1300 years of history of Muslims or Islam in Goa, I have not come across, even after liberation of Goa, we know how the community has struggled to come up, to establish themselves in various towns, villages, against different odds. There was no political representation. Even today there, despite my consistent lobbying and advocacy with different political parties, ruling politicians, there is no new social deal for Muslims in Goa. It's good you have sent a loud and clear message to every Goan who thinks well of Goa, that here is a community which has shown unity, the skill of organization during the Christmas festive period to organize something which is truly historic, because such an event for enlightenment of the whole community, sports matches we have seen, religious programs we have seen, huge weddings we have seen with money flowing like anything. Among Muslim brothers we have seen, we have attended those weddings, receptions and so on and so forth, birthday celebrations. पैसा पानी जैसा बहता है वहां, लेकिन first time, and you should give a big applause to the organizers, ladies and gentlemen. First time, be proud. First time in history of Islams or Muslims in Goa, as much as I know, my humble knowledge, in this place, in this state, this is an occasion. 23rd of December, आप आपकी डायरी में लिख कर रहना. 23rd of December 2017, you have created history. You have shown that you do care for young generation, budding generation of your children, India's beautiful children. And if they read, they will enlighten themselves. I got at least 12 to 15 Muslim students, all girls, whom I taught during MSc. I have guided them for research also. I was always wondering, and I was always telling them, first read about your community, read about your prophet, read about your civilization. And I used to give also the books which I had purchased from Islamic Book Center, many of them. And I used to tell them, listen to Sufi songs, don't get westernized, don't get globalized. You will lose your roots. You will go away from your community roots. आज मेरे आगे जो स्टूडेंट है वो ना हिंदुस्तानी है ना अमेरिकन लोग हैं, वो कौन है वो उनका वो पता ही नहीं है. Everybody has become digitized. My dear, my Muslim brothers and sisters and mothers and parents and fathers, please do not